Good afternoon. Well, thank you very much for coming. Your feet is your vehicles. My first day at school, we used to walk 2 kilometers in the morning and 2 kilometers in the afternoon to go to school, which was a 4 kilometer. There was no van, no bus, no transportation to take us along the way. And we were drinking sugar water and collecting the fruits, whatever we found on the way back to school, and crossing the trails and the rivers to eat. During that time, my friends and I, we realized how fortunate we were because these trees doesn't exist anymore. Houses, overcrowded neighborhood, roads have taken place. And these have stayed in our memories of my heart and my friends as well. At the age of 12 years old, we started going for a hike. But we had to bike 8 kilometers to go to the closest hill next to our house. And we were hiding the bicycle in the bush because that was the only thing we had. And we were still drinking from the rivers. There was no other means of finding great waters to drink itself. But the more I grew up, the more I found out how fortunate we were to have these survival skills. Do you remember the time when you used to go with your parents out for camping or for a picnic? You used to play treasure hunting or hopscotch outside. And filtering water back home, we learned it from the schools. And it's something that everybody knows back in Mauritius, where I come from. Unfortunately, all of these traditions and ways of living is getting lost along the way due to modernization. Let's have a look at the indigenous communities around the world. There are 140 million people that are depending solely on the earth to eat. And these people can't live anymore because they came on the plains, the expensiveness of life, urbanizations, the rise of tourism disturbing their privacy and their traditions and custom. They have decided to go on a higher altitude. But going to high altitudes comes with its dangers, and it comes also with some skill that required to be lived. If somebody is living on a 3,000 meters on a mountain, on a remote area where there's no communication, no medical aids, and they are a place of great exclusions. And these people have changed genetically along the way because of our fault, basically. Because we are going in a mass to them and they want to go higher. But living in these places, they have developed various changes, such as coping with the low oxygen. They had an increase in their lung size. They can carry more oxygen on every single red blood cell. They breathe faster and deeper. And still they are finding food, water, and shelter to live on these areas. I'm trying to create an awareness of telling people how important it is to embrace and to protect the environment that surrounds us and how to appreciate it for the future generation. All of us have the survival skills, but we forgot it. We don't practice it anymore due to modernization. But these survival skills will keep us alive for a very much longer time itself. I want to give you an example of the tribes that are living, the communities who's living from the southern Andes in America, from Bolivia, Peru, and Mexico. These tribes are amazing. These ladies, they were cooks on 6,000 meters mountains. They were porters carrying 25 kilos and 30 kilos in themselves. This is a great example of how great and how solid these people are mentally, physically, to continue this journey. Another example is in Africa, in the Eastern Africa. We said the Maasai are not frightened of the lion. It is the lion that are frightened of the Maasai itself. Because they have learned through time to learn to live in harmony with nature, but also be surrounded by the most dangerous animal and species on Earth. Man is the only species that have lost all his capabilities of surviving. What happened 13 years ago, I decided to leave everything in life and to teach 100 people every single year to live in the wild, to relearn these skills, to relearn to appreciate the beauty that surrounds us, protect it for the future generation. And one of the most important things that I keep telling people, and I keep spreading part of the awareness, water is the most important element whenever we're outdoors and everywhere. We as climbers and my friends, you lose only 2% of your body weight in water. It impairs your capabilities and visions by 25%. But therefore, knowing how to filter it is something which is very critical itself. Thank you for your time, and I truly wish you a very good afternoon. I enjoyed this beautiful moment with you. Love, Arnaud. Thank you.